Listen, I know you've put a lot of work into your website. You've posted content, maybe you've done some SEO. There's a whole other place your customers are searching nowadays, and you have no idea if you're showing up there. We're gonna fix that today. I'm Pallen, a brand strategist. Welcome to my channel, where I help you build and grow your brand with practical advice that you can actually use. Today, I'm talking about something that directly affects whether or not customers can find your business online. And for this, I'm partnering with Semrush because their tool, Semrush One, is the best way that I have found to tackle this problem. I've been using it myself, and I want to show you exactly what it does. Here's the situation. For years, showing up on Google was everyone's goal. You ranked for the right keywords, people clicked your link, and then they found your business. That still matters, but more and more people aren't clicking links at all. They get direct answers with no click required. So the question isn't just, do I rank on Google anymore? It's, does AI know about my business, know that it exists, and does it recommend me? That is what Semrush One helps you figure out and fix. I'm gonna show you how. Most small business owners have heard of Semrush. It's been the go-to SEO tool for over 17 years. I've been a paying customer for a very long time. Semrush One is their latest version, and what makes it different is that it combines traditional SEO with AI visibility tracking in one place. So when you first log in, you land on this dashboard that I showed a second ago, and it shows your brand's performance across both Google search and AI platforms at the same time. On the left, you have your AI visibility score. That number tells you how often your brand is showing up when someone asks AI a question that's relevant to your business. Now, on the right side, you have three tabs here worth knowing. Let's start with main metrics. This shows your mentions, citations, and cited pages over time. Monthly audience shows the total reach of the AI platforms where your brand appears. And then the AI visibility tab breaks things down by platform so you can see your scores across ChatGPT, Google AI Overview, AI Mode, and Gemini separately. Right now, my monthly audience is 12.3 million, and I can see that my ChatGPT visibility score is actually my highest at 29, while my overall score sits at 15 out of 100. Oh boy, there's room for improvement there. This is the whole point of Semrush One. Most businesses I talk to are putting all their energy into Google because that's what they're used to doing, but they don't really know what's happening on the AI side, and now you finally have visibility into it with this tool. You could be ranking well in search and barely registering on ChatGPT or Google AI overviews at the same time. Now you can see both at a glance. And you might be wondering what's behind these numbers, and that's worth mentioning. Semrush One is built on 17 years of search data, nearly 28 billion keywords across 142 geographic databases, and over 239 million real AI search prompts. So this isn't simulated or repurposed SEO data. They're tracking actual prompts that real people type into AI tools. And that's what makes the visibility score meaningful, rather than just a vanity metric. That overview alone tells you more about your brand's online presence than most tools combined. But let's get into the features that matter most for your business. This is the feature that I want to spend the most time on because it changes how you think about your business online. Most business owners have no idea how AI talks about them. Is it recommending you? Is it describing you accurately? Is it even mentioning you at all? Brand Performance answers all of that. Yes, head to the AI Visibility Toolkit in the left sidebar and then click Brand Performance. That's where I am now. You'll land on the screen. I've already used my domain as an example, so let's switch things up and use one of my clients, Julie Bauer-Roth of PaleoOMG. She is a lifestyle blogger, and she counts on me to give her brand advice and digital strategy, so I use this tool for myself and for my clients. Now I've entered her domain, set up a profile for her project in the future, and now we're going to give it a few moments to run. But since this is a video, I'll speed that part up, but it didn't take very long. What comes back is a full picture of how AI platforms describe your brand. Let's start with share of voice. Right now, Julie is at 0% on ChatGPT, while Nom Nom Paleo holds 23%, Whole30 is at 19%, and Against All Grain sits at 13%. That means when someone asks ChatGPT about paleo recipes or meal planning, Julie's brand is not coming up at all. That is not a content quality problem. It really is more of a visibility visibility gap that this tool made visible, and we'll talk about the strategies for that. Now look at the sentiment chart. Even though Julie isn't showing up yet, her competitors are being described with 88 to 92% favorable sentiment. That's the benchmark that we want to beat once she starts showing up. Now scroll down to key business drivers, and it gets even more specific. This shows how topics are driving AI mentions for each competitor. So family-friendly comfort recipes is generating 30 total mentions across the category. Against all grain leads with 9, Julie has 0, so there's a direct content opportunity there. Keep scrolling and you reach the head-to-head competitor comparisons. Semrush lays out exactly where each competitor beats you with a plain language summary and specific recommendations underneath. For Julie, the tool is telling her to build family-friendly content and recipe planning tools to close the gap fast. At the very bottom, this is the AI strategic opportunities section. So this is where it gets super useful. Semrush generates specific strategic recommendations based on the latest data, sorted by time frame here so you know exactly what to act on first. Love that. These aren't like vague suggestions. Each one comes from the insight behind it, the data supporting it, in a clear recommendation that you can do something about. So for Julie, one of the medium time frame opportunities calls out that she's under leveraging business drivers like flexible paleo positioning and meal planning, and that could make her a natural answer to real life healthy eating questions on ChatGPT. So that right there, my friends, is an actionable brief, not just a number on a dashboard. Okay, here's one of my favorite ways to explain what's changed in search. Keywords used to be enough. Someone types best coffee shop near me and Google matches it to your page. But AI search doesn't work like that at all. People are having full conversations. They're typing things like, what's a good coffee shop in Austin that's good for working remotely and has oat milk? That's a prompt. And if your business isn't showing up in those answers, you're missing customers. Semrush One has a tool built specifically for this. Yep, head back to the AI Visibility Toolkit in the left sidebar and then click Prompt Research. That's where we are. Now I'm gonna search for something relevant to my own work. Personal branding comes to mind. And I like this more umbrella suggestion here underneath. So I'm gonna select it, branding and personal branding. So this is one of my favorite features in the whole platform. There are 1,000 related topics here, nearly 25,000 prompts, 25,000 brands being mentioned across those prompts, and then nearly 50,000 source domains. Okay, the total AI volume for this category is 6.7 million. That's how many times per month people are asking AI questions in this space. Wow. Okay, let's scroll. Now expand a topic here so you can actually see the prompts people are typing alongside a preview of what AI responded and how many brands got mentioned in that answer. Let's look at this next example, personal branding and self-promotion. It has an AI volume of 58,000 prompts like personal branding example, best personal brands, examples of personal branding, and each generating 15 to 21 brand mentions per answer. If your brand is not one of them, that is a content gap that you can potentially close. This is the shift here from keyword research to prompt research. So in traditional SEO, you target the phrase personal branding examples, and then you write a blog post. Here, you can see exactly what AI is saying in response to that prompt right now, which brands it's recommending, and whether you're one of them. So if you're not, you know exactly what to create. When you find prompts worth tracking, hit monitor. Semrush will follow your visibility for those specific prompts over time, and you can see whether the content you create is actually moving the needle. Now, this one surprised me when I saw it. I think it'll surprise you a lot as well. A lot of websites are accidentally blocking AI from reading them, not on purpose. It's usually a default setting that nobody touches. But if AI can't read your site, you are in trouble. It can't recommend you. In that same AI visibility toolkit, you're gonna run the AI Site Audit on your domain. And you can see that I last ran this 6 days ago, so I'm gonna go ahead and click rerun, but I'm gonna speed this part up for the video's sake. It only took a few minutes. So what comes back here is a full technical breakdown of your site from 2 angles. On the left, your overall site health score. Mine is sitting at 84%, which sounds decent until you see that the top 10% of websites average 92%. So we've got some work to do. But the section that I want you to focus on right now is right next to it, the AI search health. This is separate from your regular site health score. It specifically measures how well your site is set up for AI crawlers. Right now, mine is at 71% with 128 issues flagged. Semrush is telling me I need to reach 80% for better visibility in AI search. That is a specific An actionable target. I love it. Over on the right, you can see which AI bots are being blocked from crawling your site. So ChatGPT user, OAI search bot, Google extended. Each of these is a bot that a major AI platform uses to read your content. If even one of them is blocked, the platform has no way to learn about your business and no reason to recommend you. Scroll down and you'll see the specific issues broken down: missing meta descriptions on 48 pages, low text to HTML ratio on 79 pages, and right here, flagged with the AI search tag, llms.txt not found. That file tells AI platforms how to understand and use your content. Most business owners have never heard of it. Semrush finds it and links directly to how you can fix it. Let's keep going. At the bottom, you have thematic reports covering your robots.txt file, crawlability, HTTPS, site performance, and internal linking. Each one has a score and a direct link to view the details. My markup score is 100%, my HTTPS is 98%, but my crawlability dropped 3 points, so that's something I'm going to investigate. The point here isn't to have a perfect score overnight. That's probably not going to happen. The point is, now you can see exactly what's holding your site back from being recommended by AI with a clear path to fixing it. Now, I want to be clear about something. Everything that I've shown you in the AI Visibility Toolkit works best when your traditional SEO is solid. So SEO is not dead, contrary to what a lot of people say. AI tools pull from the web. They cite pages, they recommend brands that have authority. Your Google rankings and your AI visibility, those are all connected and they're not separate. Semrush One includes the full SEO toolkit that you'd expect. So keyword research, backlink analysis, rank tracking, competitor research. This is what Semrush has been trusted for by over 10 million users for nearly 2 decades. It's all still here. Now let's look at the traditional SEO side. Click that second icon in the left sidebar to open the SEO toolkit, and then I'm gonna have you go to Keyword Magic Tool. First, I'm gonna type in personal branding, and I'm gonna add my own domain, philp.al for personalized data. Now here's what comes back: over 19,000 keywords related to personal branding with a total search volume of over 171,000 per month. That's great. The average keyword difficulty across them all is 24%, which means that there's a lot of winnable keywords in this space. That's exciting. The top result is personal branding itself, with more than 18,000 monthly searches and a keyword difficulty of 71. That's quite hard to rank for. But look further down and you start finding those real keyword opportunities. Personal brand examples has, for example, 1,300 monthly searches with a difficulty of only 31, and I'm already ranking at position 75. So that's a page that I can improve and move up significantly. Brand personality has 1,600 searches and a difficulty of 40, with a personalized difficulty of 54. So Semrush is flagging that as possible with a note that I'll need well-structured, unique content. That is exactly the kind of signal that tells me where I need to focus, and that is what I need to be told what to focus on. As a busy small business owner, I need that kind of focus and direction. And this is the kind of foundation that makes everything else work. The content you create from keyword research is what AI platforms cite when they mention your brand. Better keyword targeting means more authoritative pages, which means more citations and AI answers, which feeds directly back into the AI visibility score that we looked at earlier. The two sides of this platform aren't separate. They're the same goal, measured 2 different ways. Now here's what I want you to take away from this. Search has 2 lanes now. Google is still one of them, and it still matters, but AI is the other lane, and most small businesses aren't even in it yet. Semrush One lets you compete in both. You can see where you stand, understand how AI talks about your brand, find the gaps in your content, and fix the technical issues that are keeping you invisible, all in one place. I've linked to it below. There's also a free trial. I highly recommend doing that so you can see what your brand looks like before spending a cent. That's pretty awesome. Try it. Let me know in the comments. How did it go? Did AI know your business existed? I'll be replying to each and every one of those. If this video is useful, hit like. It helps more people and small businesses find videos like this, and it helps me continue to create content for you. Subscribe if you want more practical advice on branding, growing your business. I'm Phil Pallen. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.